Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's the one and only your girl, the cartoon hotspot, and I'm back again with another video. And this time it's not my usual video, it's not an analysis video, it's not an unpopular opinions video, it's not even a video essay. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, question and answer, because I realized you guys don't know that much about me. Other than the fact that, I'm from London and I like MiraculousLadybug and I'm 18 and I moved to LA to study screenwriting. That's about it. So, yeah, we're gonna do a Q&A video. Also, I'm back in London for Christmas break. I didn't want to spend Christmas alone in LA, so I'm back in London for Christmas break. So yeah, we're gonna do a Q&A video. I asked you guys to send in some questions that you have for me, things you want to know more about me, anything, any question, and I'm going to answer it. Obviously, you guys are not going to know my name because I'm not going to tell you, but I have had a lot of weird comments of people trying to guess my name even though I never asked them to guess, which is a bit weird. One comment asked me, is your name Georgina? Is your name Gina Davis? And I was like, no, I'm not going to tell you. Some of you have guessed correctly, surprisingly, but I'm not going to tell you. So yeah, if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. I make video essays, analysis videos, theory videos, AMVs sometimes. Yeah, I just make anything to do with Miraculous Ladybug. Hopefully you'll be sticking around by turning on that bell button for post notifications and subscribing to my channel. Without further ado, let's begin. So like I said, I asked you guys on my community tab to ask me any burning questions you have about me, and I'm going to answer it. So the first question is, what inspired you to make video essays about Miraculous? By the way, you're the reason I became even more interested in the show than I already have been before. Thank you so much. I don't know what inspired me to start making video essays about Miraculous. I mean, I don't know if all of you know, but if you have watched some of my lives, I have talked about how I started this channel in the first place. So a while ago, because I've been watching this show for a really long time, on my Snapchat story I would just make videos analyzing Miraculous and nobody would watch. It was just weird. I was just talking to random people and they wouldn't even care. I know it sounds weird, but kids do weird things. Anyways, yeah, and then last year my best friend told me, look, no one's listening, okay, just start a podcast or start a channel on Miraculous. You're bound to reach more people who are interested in the same thing. And then I was like, do I want to do that? Do I really want to put myself out there on the internet? Because I'm pretty introverted and pretty shy and self-conscious about mean comments on the internet. Now I don't really care, but yeah, I just started it. I like making video essays more than theory videos, because I feel with my video essays I bring something new to the table, if that makes sense, to Miraculous Ladybug YouTube. Not shading or anything, but it allows me to really explore why I like this show in the first place. Yeah, and you guys enjoy video essays. I enjoy writing and making the video essays, so everyone's happy. This question says, hi, first of all, you're my favorite Miraculous theorist. Thank you. I'd love to know when you first got into Miraculous and your first ever theory. I first got into Miraculous when it first aired on Nickelodeon, so that was 2015. Yeah, it aired on Nickelodeon and I thought, this seems pretty interesting. And then the first episode that aired was either The Bubbler or Stormy Weather. So I was like, okay, this is a pretty decent show. But then throughout season 1, I was like, how did these kids get their Miraculous? And my questions weren't being answered. So I just eventually lost interest until I just scrolled on YouTube one time and then I saw the Adrianette slow dance in Despair Bear and I was like, oh, they're finally together now, but they weren't. 6 years down the line, they're still not together. But yeah, that just reignited my interest. And my first ever theory video on this channel was that Marinette was going to have a terrible season in season 4. Oh, this question is interesting. It says, how much time does it take for you in a day to film and edit your videos? It depends what video it is. So if it's a video essay like my Adrian and Marinette, why they're the holders of their respective Miraculous, then that takes me a long time, because even when my face isn't showing, I tend to stutter a lot in videos, which is surprising, I was gonna say, because I'm not really stuttering that much, but I just jinxed it. Anyways, yeah, I tend to stutter a lot, even though like nobody's watching me until I, you know, upload the video. But yeah, that's just me being anxious in front of a camera. And when it comes to like analysis videos, those don't really take me a while, because once an episode is out, like I'm expected to make an analysis video and upload it within 2 days, so people don't lose interest in that episode, if that makes sense. But on average, to film a video, it ranges from about 20 minutes to an hour, and then to edit, it ranges from about like an hour for like short videos, and like sometimes 3 hours for my long videos if I want to like add anything in that I thought I should have added in before. But yeah, what character from Miraculous do you think your own personality resembles the most? Actually, I asked you guys a while back who you think I'm most similar to in Miraculous, and a lot of you said Alia Césaire, and you guys gave me reasons for that. You just weren't saying Alia Césaire for the sake of saying that. But yeah, I would also say Alia. Like, I resemble Alia the most. Like, probably 90% of my character or personality is Alia, and then like a good 5% is Marinette, because Marinette tends to be very anxious and doubts herself a lot. And then I would say like a small percentage Luca and Julika. Yeah, because Luca's just that chill person, and I think I consider myself a very chill person. Obviously I don't play music, and I'm not just always like, you know, I never knew my father, you know. Oh, that was okay, I shouldn't have used that scene.
If you listen carefully, at this very spot under the bridge, you'll hear a melody. You know, I never knew my father.
But you get what I mean. Like, he's always saying, try to find comfort within the melody. And if I was that in real life, I feel like a lot of people would be annoyed with me. So yeah, so mostly Alia, because she likes reporting, she likes finding the inside scoop. She's very like inquisitive. She's a journalist. I like writing. Yeah. Okay. If Miraculous were to suddenly end, what would you cover next? Actually, I've been thinking about covering a couple of shows during the hiatus between season 4 and 5. I would cover possibly The Owl House, definitely The Legend of Korra, Winx Club obviously, and I might touch upon Avatar. But then there are other new cartoons that I really have enjoyed, like Kipo, Arcane. Arcane is a really good like adult animation series. Amphibia, I've started Amphibia finally. And yeah, there might be other cartoons. Witch, oh my gosh, Witch is such an underrated cartoon, and I think because people tend to forget it exists because it was kind of like overshadowed by Winx Club. To be fair, they were both good cartoons in 2004, but yeah, I'd cover Witch and why it needs a reboot. This question says, how have you been during the pandemic, and when did you start watching Miraculous? I've actually been better than I anticipated during the pandemic. Like, the first 4 months of the pandemic, I really feel like I needed that break in terms of like schoolwork, because I was not enjoying sixth form at all. Online lessons were pretty, you know, good, and I enjoyed them. But then like the second half of the pandemic, when we went back into lockdown, I was really bored at home. The pandemic really allowed me to, you know, do things that I would never really do. Like, I started like a online business, and then I had to end that when like exams came along. But I'm probably going to relaunch soon when I find the time to actually sit down and relaunch, because if I'm not going to put my all in it, there's no point. That's what I wholeheartedly believe. But yeah, I started a business. I actually started this channel during the pandemic, which I think I never would have done if I was never given the chance. But yeah, I've been great in the pandemic. Like, yeah. This one says, how do you manage to film videos? You know, when you have a lot of videos planned already, or you have filmed them, then they release MLB episodes, synopsis, and then you would have to leave all your work to record that. How do you manage it? At the start of the month, I like write down a list of videos I want to push out for the month, and then I leave space in case like a new episode comes out. The theory videos, I try and write them as early as possible, depending on which theory video it is or how long it will, you know, be. But yeah, that's how I've been making videos. I have been slacking though, because I didn't realize being in a film school would have you doing so much work. I write a lot already, but being in a film school just makes me write even more. What inspired you to start your YouTube channel? What are your goals and why do I keep stuttering? What are your goals as an aspiring writer? Okay, so I already mentioned that my best friend just told me to start a channel, and I was really like skeptical about it, but I eventually just did it. And then I just became more confident in, you know, being more bold with like my opinions. I guess like what really inspired me to start my channel is the fact that I have a lot of takes, and I really enjoy the writing side of shows, because I enjoy Miraculous Ladybug, but I enjoy like the writing and analyzing like what the writers could have been going for, what they were trying to, you know, portray, and what they could have portrayed. Yeah, I just really like doing that, and I feel like there are a lot of video essays on Miraculous Ladybug, but what can I do differently that other people don't do? And that's why I did my, you know, symbolism of the moon, symbolism of the rain, symbolism of the sunset, all of those videos, because I don't think anyone has ever analyzed that. I'd like to work in the animation industry. Obviously you're not just going to be a showrunner straight away, you need the experience first. So I'm probably going to working in a writer's room, work as an assistant writer, and then work my way up the ranks and hopefully be a showrunner. I might not work for big companies like Disney and Nickelodeon. I think I'd go down the independent route and start my own company, because Miraculous is independently produced. I believe Winx Club is independently produced. Dragon Prince is independently produced, and they're all doing really well. I think being an independent producer is way better than, you know, signing up with big corporations like Disney. That's just my opinion. Okay, this question, well rather a series of questions, says, other shows you recommend? Okay, I've got a ton of shows because I love cartoons. We've got the Dragon Prince, and Dragon Prince is a really, really good cartoon. And I believe it's written by the head writer of Avatar: The Last Airbender, so you can see a lot of like inspiration from that implemented in the Dragon Prince. Keeper and the Age of the Wonder Beasts, heavily underrated. Carmen Sandiego, a reboot of like the 1990 versions of Carmen Sandiego. Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? We've got She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, again another reboot of She-Ra, Princess of Power. We've got He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, that recently came out at the beginning of this year. I love it so much, and part 2 just came out like a month ago. Highly recommend. What else? Avatar: The Legend of Korra, I love that show. Arcane is a really good adult animation. Adult, okay, so kids under 18, don't watch it, okay? Unless you can handle like the gore, unless you can handle like the violence. It's not that much, but just be warned, okay? What else is there? I would just put down a list of cartoons because I've watched a lot. How is college? How would you describe yourself in 3 words? And what's your favorite album at the moment? College is great. Finished first semester on a strong start. Just finished writing the treatment, so like the outline of the film that I'm going to be writing next semester. Wrote the first draft of a short 5-minute film that I'm going to be writing and directing next semester. Yeah, college is great. Like, I love the course I'm doing. How would I describe myself in 3 words without sounding narcissistic? I would say ambitious, compassionate / kind, and ambitious, compassionate, and determined. Yeah, I'd say that. And what's your favorite album? Oh, Planet Her. Okay, usually when people ask me this kind of question, I never know because I never have a favorite album, but Planet Her is easily my favorite album of this year, and probably will be for a really long time. I love it. Doja Cat. I love Doja Cat, I'm sorry, like. Okay, this one says, what is your favorite character besides Marinette? P.S. You are awesome. Thank you. Alia, Adrian, Julika. I like Luca. Okay, my Twitter mutuals, my Twitter followers would think that I hate Luca because I'm always making fun of him. He's just an easy person to make fun of. But I wholeheartedly love Luca. And I love Kagami as well. So yeah, Alia, Adrian, Julika, Luca, Kagami, that's pretty much, I don't hate anyone in Miraculous, but yeah, we always know like Marinette will always be my favorite. Okay, this question is actually really interesting. What if Hawkmoth akumatizes you? What powers would you have and how would your costume look? Okay, let's be real. If MiraculousLadybug was a real thing, if Hawkmoth actually existed in our real life, I'd be akumatized every day because there's always something that upsets me every day that I get over. But Hawkmoth would probably be tired. I'm gonna be Mr. Pigeon 4071, okay? I'm not even 72. I'm gonna be Mr. Pigeon 2.0 because the amount of times I get akumatized is unreal. Hawkmoth is gonna be tired of me. But what powers would I have? It honestly depends on why I'm akumatized in the first place. I wouldn't really focus on what powers I'd have. I'd probably focus on the people who annoyed me. Yeah, because that's what most of the akumatized victims end up doing. They end up going after the person that hurt them in the first place. And my costume, ooh, I have no idea what my costume would look like. But if you guys could like describe it in the comments and I just pick the best one. So comment down what you think my costume would look like if I was an akumatized villain. Do you play instruments, sing or dance? I dance and I'd like to think I'm good at it, but I'm probably not. I sing, not professional wise, just, you know, fun. And I don't play any instruments, but I'd like to learn how to play the piano, like Adrian aggressed. If you had the chance to travel somewhere, where would you travel? I'd travel anywhere. I'd travel like to places in Europe, to Australia, to Japan. Yeah, this question said, what kind of music do you like? I like any music except for rock and country music. Yeah, I listen to pop, I listen to R&B, I listen to grime. I like a lot of music. Doja Cat is obviously my favorite artist. Favorite season of the year, spring or winter? Only because spring and winter is where my skin is most clearest, and summer, like, it's just unbearable to sleep at night. Tea or coffee? Tea. Would you consider yourself an extrovert, introvert, or somewhere in between? When I was like younger, I was more of an introvert than an extrovert. Like, it would really take a lot to get a conversation out of me. I would just stand there like while someone's just, you know, talking, and it would be so rude. But I promise I wasn't trying to be rude. But now I'm more of an extrovert, and like having this channel really helped me in doing that, because talking on lives, commenting, you know, like replying to comments, having more social media like Twitter, I'm more of like an extrovert, but I'd say I'm still introverted, so ambivert, in between, but more still so introverted than I am an extrovert. Oh, okay. Which character would you choose to be best friends with and why? Honestly, as much as I love Marinette, I'd probably be best friends with Luca. Like, I just feel like my personality would vibe really well with Luca. Even though whenever he starts playing the guitar, if I'm upset, I'd be like, bro, relax, okay? Now's not the time to be playing the guitar. Comfort me. Don't be playing the guitar when I'm bawling my eyes out. Come on. But yeah, I'd be best friends with Luca, because I feel like Luca's really chill and really understanding and patient as well. Like, I feel like with me particularly, I need someone that's incredibly patient, because I am patient, but when I'm having a bad day, I can get people really agitated, because like I'm always panicking and stuff like that. But yeah, Luca would be my best friend. And weirdly enough, I think I'd get along with Nino. Yeah, Nino seems chill, except for in Rocketeer. My guy was stressed. But yeah, I'd get along with Nino and Alia too. Here are a few questions. So, your thoughts on Chloe Bourgeois? Okay. I was rooting for Chloe in season 2 after Malik Dictator, and she had that little scene when she's like, she feels useless. I was rooting for her. I was like, yes, girl, go get your redemption arc, as you should. Season 3 came along and I was just like, didn't really do you well, did they, Chloe? Like, what's going on? And now I just don't care for Chloe at all. It feels like the writers are trying to make her relevant and make her, you know, still Marinette's rival, when they should be focusing on Lila. Because it seems to me, and I think Smarty Pants mentioned this in their video, like about Chloe or something, that it seems to me Marinette just doesn't care what Chloe does, and Chloe's just trying to stay relevant by like trying to get Marinette annoyed, but Marinette just doesn't care. Whereas Lila actually like goes toe to toe with Marinette. Who's your least favorite hero in Miraculous? It would probably be King Monkey, because I just feel like his episode wasn't that great in terms of exploring why he'd be a good hero. Like, yeah, Party Crasher was a funny episode. It felt like a fever dream, but it wasn't a good hero introduction episode. Do you believe Master Fu still has his memory? If he does, that's a really bad move on the writers and his part, because you're letting my girl have multiple breakdowns, feeling alone, and you still have your memory. But no, I don't think he does. I think he's gone for good. Should Alia keep the Fox Miraculous permanently? Yes. In your opinion, who will take over as the next Hawkmoth? Probably Lila, and I would like Lila to do so if she was explored more, because she's been missing throughout the whole of season 4, and she's probably going to make an appearance in the finale. I would say Felix because he's had more development, but I don't really want a repeat of the Agrests being like the villain, so I'd probably go for Lila. What would you do if you were Ladybug? Tell Cat Noir who you are, or hide it. Is that in context of like if Cat Blanc happened? Because if Cat Blanc happened, I probably would do the same thing as Marinette and not tell him until someone encourages me to do so. But if Cat Blanc didn't happen at all, then I would tell him. I would probably have told him like by season 2 if I was personally Ladybug. But yeah, I would tell Cat Noir. I strongly believe like they're stronger as a team if they knew each other's identities. They'd be able to help each other in ways outside of the mask. Okay, before continuing this Q&A, we have a little bit of promo time. So this lovely company called KARATIVA, they sent me a couple of things for me to promote on this channel, and I really love the things they sent me. So KARATIVA is a jewel company, and they make jewels on like necklaces, rings, you know, jewelry boxes, and I'm really in love with the things they sent me. So this is KARATIVA, and I'm gonna wear it later on in this video. So they sent me a beautiful ring. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna wear it. They sent me a beautiful ring, which I wholeheartedly love. They sent me a really cute necklace, and considering I don't wear jewelry much, this is something I'm gonna wear. Like, I love it. They sent me really nice jewelry, and this is what it looks like in the box. And then they sent me a jewelry box, and I'm going to buy jewelry just to fill it up with this. But yeah, that is it. So I'm gonna insert some pictures and I'm going to wear it. So here is me wearing the jewelry, and like I said, KARATIVA focuses on making custom boxes and personalized jewelry, and I really love this gift. Like, I love it so much. It even matches my outfit. Again, I'm like in awe of it, and I love it so much. So yes, this comes in different colors, so I just picked gold, but I believe it comes in like red, blue if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I even love the box. I'm actually obsessed with the box. And yeah, the brand focuses on making gifts more personal, which I think you guys would really love. So you can use my coupon code. It's called Cartoon10, and I'll leave a link down in the description box below. But go buy jewelry from KARATIVA. If you're looking to propose to someone, get a ring from KARATIVA. If you want a necklace, get your jewelry from KARATIVA. You will not be disappointed. I feel like I just threatened you guys. But yes, get your jewelry from KARATIVA. And don't forget, if you like jewelry and you need somewhere to store your jewelry, here's a really nice jewelry box, okay? And it comes in different colors too. A couple of these questions are from Instagram. So, what is your favorite season of Miraculous and least favorite seasons, and why? Favorite season is season 2, but season 4 might take over. because season 2, I feel like everything was at its peak. I feel like the plot was advancing. The season had the best finale. It just came out of nowhere and the stakes were high. Adrianette, like the love square, were all in sync. You know, like we got more Marisha, we got Ladrian, Riposte and, you know, Gorizilla being the best Ladrian episodes. Adrianette were really like getting close, and if I rightly remember, I don't think Marinette did anything creepy in season 2. Like she was actually Adrian's friend and they were close, like I said. Gorizilla being a really great episode, and Bafana. Least favorite season would probably be season 3, and I honestly might make a video just trashing season 3. Like obviously analyzing the good parts of season 3 and the bad parts of season 3. But season 3 for me just took away everything season 2 set up. I just mentioned Adrianette were at its peak in season 2, sorry, but Marinette went back to breaking into his house and just following him and being obsessed with him when I didn't appreciate that. Like, come on, you gave my girl development. Why are you taking that away from her? You know, it's so hard to defend Marinette, but I'm going to do it anyways. Like, number 1 Marinette stan here, okay? The only enjoyable thing I did like about season 3 was more Natalie and Mayura's screen time. I think that was the few enjoyable elements of season 3. Do you think Gabriel loves Natalie? I think he does love Natalie, but just not to the same amount of level he loves Emily. At this point, I feel like he was just using Natalie, even though Natalie was, you know, like insisting that she was okay with using damage Miraculous. No, he still took advantage of the fact that she was willing to do whatever she was willing to do. And now, like, look at the position we're in. Natalie will never recover. I made a whole video on Natalie and just why she needs to recover and like why I find her character so interesting. But yeah, I think Gabriel does love Natalie, but not enough to the extent that he's willing to protect her. Because if he was willing to protect her, she'd still be very well, you know, like healthy, rather than confined to her bed. And he's still disturbing her, like asking for help in Optigami and all of that. Like, why? Leave her, let her rest. Gabriel, let her rest. Do you read or write any fan fiction books? And if you do, where do you read them from and post your fan fiction on? I read a lot of fan fiction, and I write fan fiction as well. Fan fiction is not really something I focus on. I just do that for fun when I'm experiencing a writer's block. But I post my fan fiction on Archive of Our Own, AO3. I've written one based on like the events of season 4, but I just want season 4 to end so I can like continue writing that and just add a twist to it, you know. And then I'm currently writing one on the Hawk Morph pre-reveal, and I've updated it. It's like chapter 2, so I just write it whenever I can. And I wrote a whole like one shot on what I thought would happen in Dearest Family, but obviously it didn't happen. Like my prediction was wrong, but it was still really fun writing it. And yeah, I read a lot of fan fiction. I'm currently reading this really good fan fiction called Back to Us. It was written back in like 2016, 2017, but it's still so good. I love it so much. And final question of this Q&A video, what are your hobbies? Do you read? Yes, I do read. I write, I draw. I actually have a sketchbook of drawings that I've shown before on a live, but I might as well show it here. Give me a moment. Okay, I'll be back. Ow. Nobody heard me like screech because I hit my leg on something. But yeah, I have a sketchbook. It actually had my name on it, so that wasn't a smart thing to do. If you saw that, keep it to yourself. But like a scrap piece of paper. I have this sketchbook that my friend gave me for my birthday. And I've just been drawing, you know, like I draw whenever I'm having a writer's block, you know, because if you're feeling creative, then you'll be able to create something. So drawing helps me with that. So I've drawn a lot of winked characters because I cannot draw 3D characters to save my life. So we've got Bloom, and I know the camera like inverts it, but that's Bloom from Winked Club. She's probably my favorite character along with Aisha. More Bloom. More Bloom. More Bloom. Flora. It's a lot of smudge. Ugh, need to clean that up. And then I've got Carmen Sandiego, because she's a girl boss. We stand our girl boss, Carmen Sandiego, La Femme Rouge. Bam. And I was in the middle of drawing Twilight Sparkle like 2 days ago, but I gave up because I didn't like the way it came out. I'm gonna redraw it so it looks really bad. And I think I have one more drawing, and I used to draw like Katara, Avatar, Azula, but I lost those drawings because I drew them before I got this sketchbook. But if I can find the Zatanna from Young Justice, because that's another show that I really like. It's a show about superheroes. I drew Zatanna. It's probably not my best drawing, but I was bored and I didn't really care how it turned out. But yeah, I draw in my free time when I can. Yeah, that brings us to the end of this YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys learned a bit more about me, because like I said, you guys don't really know me that well, like other than, you know, basic things about me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next video, I promise I will push it out by next week. Adrian and Marinette, the yin and yang complex. I've been slacking in content lately, but now that I'm free on Christmas break, I have no excuse. Gonna be more consistent later on. Yeah, next week, Adrianette Nation, get ready, because you're gonna win. Video on how Adrian and Marinette mirror each other. Don't forget, KARATIVA. Did you think I was gonna forget to mention it again? KARATIVA, KARATIVA, KARATIVA. Link will be left down in the description box below. As for today, that's it from me, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!